I get these interesting like ideas and like urges sometimes. So like I was with Nerd at an Airbnb somewhere, and like it was the first day we got there, and I was just lying in bed, I was a bit tired from the move, and I just heard this calling.
Wake up, wake up.
I think Nerd and Nikki were like asleep as well because they were tired. And I just felt this calling from outside, from a tree.
Come closer, closer.
Just to climb this tree and see what was at the top. So I go outside, climb the tree, and like peer down what's at the top. And it's a little nest full of like disgusting worm creatures.
The slugs.
The slug creatures. And I felt that they were calling to me. They wanted me to like feed them.
Is this something that happened? I'm confused.
This absolutely happened. Nerd can back me up.
I zoned out for like 1 second. Were you on fentanyl or something when doing this?
No, I literally wasn't. I wasn't on anything. Nerd could testify to this. The worms, the slug creatures were calling to me. And so I had the urge to go back inside, get a stick of butter, and eat a bit, and then dribble it from my mouth into like the slugs. Because they wanted to be fed like melted butter from my mouth like a baby bird.
You're a fucking psychopath. What the fuck is your problem?
This is a real story. And then they grow just dependent on him because they're like little baby birds, except they're slugs. And they've been abandoned by their mother slug, or let's say Colossal even killed their mother. So Colossal's melting butter in his mouth because it's the only high calorie thing that he can get up there in his mouth. And he just dribbles a little bit out of his mouth into the slug's mouths.
They were trying to communicate to me via remote viewing, I think.
They did.
Why are there slugs on our nest?
They were snail babies, right? They hadn't grown their shell yet.
And he'd walk out to go smoking, and you'd just hear this crunch, 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 and that was Colossal stepping on all of the snails and slugs.
I'd feel bad for it. That's how you know I'm not a sociopath. I would feel bad when I stepped on the snails.
I just realized the synchronicity here. So Colossal hears slugs crying out for help in the darkness and goes to help them.
Slug children.
So how often are you hearing help that no wonder
He
you
would
think
help slugs, but he wouldn't help another human being.
he would help slugs, but not his female.
He drops everything he's doing to listen to the voices in his head, but when another country's starving, he's like, eat apples.
He'll crawl across a tree branch like a snake on its belly to drip butter into the mouth of a slug who's crying for help.
Yeah, but I didn't actually do it. That's the whole thing. Like, I didn't actually do it. And I remember being concerned that if it was salted butter, then they would die from the process because, you know.
Right. Yeah, unsalted
salt and snails.
Oh, no, it was you
It has
dribble
to be
salted
unsalted
butter on
butter.
and they're screaming like,
How can you do this to us, Father?
that's right.
I committed unknowingly snail genocide, and their children were left orphans alone in a tree that they could not get out of. You have to imagine a snail or a slug. I think they were snail children. But the snail had to climb the tree, slither up the tree, pretty big tree, right, even for me to climb, all the way to the top to lay its, I don't think snails lay eggs, but...
So wait, this wasn't a dream.